Before you skip this, listen carefully, because what's coming in 2026 is not being explained properly, and thousands of UK pensioners are going to feel the impact after it's already hit their bank account. This isn't about rumors or scare stories. It's about changes that are quietly happening in the background, changes that could delay your retirement, push your pension into the tax system, or leave you confused when your January payment arrives early and nothing turns up the following week. Most people won't realize what's happened until it's too late to plan for it. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's real, what's being exaggerated online, and the one thing you should check now to protect your money in 2026. If you find this video helpful and want to stay ahead of all the real pension updates, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I promise this channel is made just for people like you, people who want clear, simple, no-nonsense explanations about pensions, benefits, and money that actually affects your life. I'll be uploading more videos on this exact topic and others like it very soon, so subscribing now means you won't miss a single update that could save you money or stress. This channel is for you, so hit subscribe and stay informed. First, it is important to be clear about one thing from the start. There is no single announcement where the government has suddenly introduced 5 harsh pension cuts that all start on the 1st of January 2026. That idea is misleading. What is actually happening is a combination of changes that arrive at different points in 2026, mainly from April, but which are now being talked about together online in a way that makes them sound more dramatic than they really are. That does not mean they are unimportant. It means you need to understand the truth, not the clickbait. Let us start with the state pension increase, because this is the part many people miss or misunderstand. From April 2026, the state pension is expected to rise again under the triple lock system. The triple lock means the pension goes up each year by whichever is highest out of inflation, average wage growth, or 2.5%. Based on current forecasts, this increase is expected to be around 4.8%. For someone on the full new state pension, that means several £100s more over the year. On the surface, this sounds like good news, and in many ways it is. But there is a hidden consequence that many pensioners are not prepared for. As the state pension keeps rising, it is slowly creeping closer to, and in some cases already passing, the personal tax allowance. The personal allowance is the amount you can earn each year before paying income tax. Because tax thresholds have been frozen for several years and are planned to remain frozen until at least 2031, more pensioners are being pulled into the tax system without earning any extra income beyond their pension. This means that from 2026 onwards, some people who have never paid tax on their pension before may suddenly receive a tax bill or see tax taken automatically. This is not a cut to your pension, but it can feel like one if you are not expecting it. Another major change that is real, confirmed, and often misunderstood is the rise in the state pension age. From April 2026, the state pension age will begin increasing from 66 to 67. This change does not affect everyone at once. It mainly affects people born on or after 6 April 1960. If you are already receiving your state pension, this does not change your payment. If you are close to retirement but not yet there, this could mean waiting longer than you originally planned. Many people wrongly believe this age rise happens overnight on the 1st of January 2026. It does not. It is phased in gradually between 2026 and 2028, but the impact is still very real for those approaching retirement. What makes this particularly difficult is that many people planned their finances years ago based on the assumption they would retire at 66. If your pension age moves to 67, that is an extra year you need to cover with work, savings, or private pension income. For some, that is manageable. For others, especially those in physically demanding jobs or with health issues, it can be extremely stressful. That is why checking your exact state pension age now is so important, rather than relying on assumptions or old letters. Another area causing confusion is payment timing, especially around January 2026. Because of bank holidays at the start of the year, some state pension payments will arrive earlier than usual, often in late December 2025 instead of early January. This is not extra money, and it is not a bonus payment. It is simply your normal payment paid early due to the holiday schedule. Every year, some pensioners get caught out by this and spend the money thinking another payment is coming in January, only to find a longer gap before the next one. With rising living costs, this timing issue can cause real budgeting problems if you are not prepared. There is also a change that mainly affects people living abroad, but it is still part of the wider pension picture in 2026. UK citizens living overseas who want to build up their state pension through voluntary national insurance contributions will face higher costs. From April 2026, many expats will no longer be able to pay the cheaper Class 2 contributions and will instead have to pay Class 3, which is significantly more expensive. On top of that, the minimum number of qualifying years needed to receive any state pension at all has increased to 10 years. This makes it harder and more expensive for people who have spent time abroad to secure a full pension. For people still working or planning ahead, there are also longer-term changes that start to bite around 2026, even if they do not all take effect on one single date. Pension tax rules are tightening gradually, and generous allowances that once benefited higher earners are being reduced or restricted. At the same time, the freezing of tax bands means more ordinary pensioners are being drawn into paying tax without feeling better off. This is sometimes called fiscal drag, and it is one of the quietest but most powerful changes affecting retirement income in the UK. What is important to understand here is that none of this is designed as a sudden punishment for pensioners. These changes are happening slowly, often without clear communication, and that is where the real problem lies. Many people only realize what has changed after it has already affected their money. That is why headlines talking about bombshells get attention, even when the reality is more complicated. If you are already retired, the most important things to watch are whether your pension pushes you over the tax threshold, whether you receive letters from HMRC about tax codes, and how your payment dates change around bank holidays. If you are approaching retirement, you need to confirm your state pension age, check your national insurance record, and understand whether you have any gaps that could reduce your entitlement. If you are younger or still working, 2026 is a reminder that the rules you retire under may not be the same ones you expected when you started working. There is also a psychological side to all of this that rarely gets talked about. For many people, the state pension represents security, stability, and a sense that the system will look after them in later life. When changes happen quietly, without clear explanation, it creates anxiety and mistrust. That is why it is so important not to rely on rumors, social media clips, or dramatic thumbnails. The truth is usually less shocking, but it still matters. So when you hear claims about 5 major pension changes hitting on the 1st of January 2026, take a breath. The reality is that some changes start in April, some affect only certain age groups, and some are not changes at all, but consequences of existing rules, like tax thresholds being frozen. Understanding the difference puts you back in control. The best thing you can do right now is simple. Check your state pension forecast, check your national insurance record, and pay attention to official letters rather than online speculation. If something does not make sense, ask questions early. The people who lose out are usually not those who are unlucky, but those who were unaware. This is not about fear. It is about preparation. The state pension system is changing slowly, but steadily, and 2026 is one of those years where several of those changes become impossible to ignore. Knowing what is real, what is exaggerated, and what actually affects you personally is the difference between being caught off guard and being ready. Before you skip this, listen carefully, because what's coming in 2026 is not being explained properly, and thousands of UK pensioners are going to feel the impact after it's already hit their bank account. This isn't about rumors or scare stories. It's about changes that are quietly happening in the background. Changes that could delay your retirement, push your pension into the tax system, or leave you confused when your January payment arrives early and nothing turns up the following week. Most people won't realize what's happened until it's too late to plan for it. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's real, what's being exaggerated online, and the one thing you should check now to protect your money in 2026. If you find this video helpful and want to stay ahead of all the real pension updates, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I promise this channel is made just for people like you. People who want clear, simple, no-nonsense explanations about pensions, benefits, and money that actually affects your life. I'll be uploading more videos on this exact topic and others like it very soon. So subscribing now means you won't miss a single update that could save you money or stress. This channel is for you, so hit subscribe and stay informed.